ships, vessels, and rafts? I've run out of vague words for boat. If you live near a body of water, you're bound to see plenty of boats. If that body of water happens to be an ocean or a sea, then you're bound to see plenty of ships. And I really don't know what the difference is. I'm sure it's like a size-related categorizational thing, but I'm too lazy to Google. So from here on out, I'm going to be using the terms interchangeably. I've been on boats, under boats, on boats underwater. I even own a boat, although most people would call it a kayak, but he's still a boat. He's just a little floaty guy. I had a friend whose mom lived on a boat. It was a medium-sized boat, like smaller than a ferry and bigger than a kayak. Sorry, buddy. But it was definitely huge to me because I was used to lake-sized boats, not ocean-sized boats. It was in Nanaimo too, which is one of my favorite cities to visit. And one of my favorite bars. Not the drinking kind, the like dessert kind. I was there during COVID, so all the bars were closed. But I even lived in Nanaimo for a year. Well, no, it was half a year. I paid rent to live there for a full year though, which was just like bad planning on my part. Like, who could have foretold that I would have dropped out of university to run away and join the circus?
We did!
Thanks, Mom and Dad. I still found it odd that my friend's mom was living on a boat, because, well, I didn't think that was possible. I thought boats were for, like, rich people to have parties on in the summer, or for other rich people to wake surf behind, or wakeboard behind, or all of the boarding sports. But it does turn out you can use them as apartments, and decently nice apartments at that. They just rock a little bit. But I definitely found it odd that she was living on a boat, considering most people live in houses. But if you fast forward 2 years, past Evan would be amazed to hear that he has now been living on a boat for over a year. Although my boat's a little bit bigger than hers, slightly bigger than a kayak boat. Okay, a lot bit bigger. It was the size of a skyscraper. But I can confirm, now that I've lived on a boat for over a year, my friend's mom was in fact crazy. A lot bit crazy. Like, insanely. I can say that living on a ship was the wild adventure that I thought it would be, with new people, new cities, new career highlights, but of course, my main complaint is still the low ceilings. And now that it's done, I'm very excited for the next steps, you know, like remembering how to cook my own food, and how to walk in a straight line when the floor's not rocking, and of course, what it's like to not wake up in a new city every day. How am I not gonna get bored? Come on, same thing every day? Crazy. That is a joke. There's so much to do here. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. But not having that constant change and having better, more reliable internet every day means that I'll be able to work on new projects and finish old projects that I've teased in past videos, and work on some new stage acts and maybe some courses and lessons by yours truly, and of course, some other plans that are just beginning to be planned. I'm excited. Speaking of projects, I actually got to perform my brand new 3-ball juggling act on the boat. And it's not the one that I did for the How to Make Your Own Juggling Act YouTube video. It's a new one, and it's called Juggle to the Music. And it's right over here. Oh. And the whole video will be available on my brand new Patreon page. Woo! Yay, Patreon, yay! I expected that to be way more exciting. Yay! Patreon, 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 Patreon. See, I didn't want to barge in on you with a Patreon ad, but I was very excited to launch it. I've already got some fun test content up there, but I didn't want to go overboard with the test content before I was home and able to put the content I actually want to put on it. You know, I want to set the standard for what I want to post there. But the best part is it's only $5. Canadian, not even American. That's like basically free. Only 2 toonies and 1 loonie. So as you may be aware, I do have 10 years of street performing experience, and at 22, that's a lot of years of experience under my belt, and also a lot of ball jokes under my belt. Is that another one? See, I still got it. But I have come to the realization that it would probably be useful for new performers and old performers to learn what I've learned over the years. So, for my first Patreon project, I'm going to be creating a new product, a how to street perform video tutorial course, whose creation will be completely supported by my patrons, and will of course be available to all patrons, and then in the future, be available as a product on my website. What is the course? Great question. I'll take you from practicing in your living room to performing like solid acts. I'll take you through each and every step required, from legal issues to etiquette to what act to do in what situation. It'll be like the ABCs of street performing. And every single mistake I've made over the last 10 years and how to avoid them. To this point, street performing is still my absolute favorite type of performing. You get to perform to so many different people in such a short amount of time, and you get to test out new material in like a super low stakes, super supportive environment, which is an incredibly uncommon and incredible experience. So if you're an up-and-coming performer, or want some exclusive Evan the Juggler content, come on down to the Patreon, I've got plenty to share. And of course, now that I'm home from the boat, I've got a lot of juggling I've wanted to do, and film, and perform, and share, so get ready, I'm home. Woo!